Welcome to the second part of the lesson. You are learning how to get the same facial features of your character. In fact, the most important thing when you are creating a character is that its characteristics must remain the same. So, in the previous lesson, we learned how to use the seed function, and we created this picture of this beautiful black girl, and we replicated her face in all these images using the seed parameters. But sometimes we can do better, because I let you see another method that is great for getting great results. So what we have to do now is to click on the image, open it in the browser, and then we can save the image. I don't want to create a new character, I want to use the same just to see it, just to evaluate the differences. Okay, yes, perfect. The picture I created is here. Okay, this is the picture. Perfect. The thing we can do now is to open this image and delete the background. How can we do this quickly? I show you a trick. You can go here, iloveimage.com. We can crop the image. Maybe we need to crop easily an image without using Photoshop, or upscale the image, or as in this case, removing the background. Honestly, I didn't try all these functions, because normally I don't use this sort of programs. I prefer to work in Photoshop. But I understand that most of my students also don't know exactly how to use Photoshop, or don't use Photoshop because they don't need to do so many things with Photoshop. So most of the time they are looking for different sort of programs, and so this website can be really useful. So for removing the background, I can select the image, or I can drop the image inside. This is the picture we created, and immediately we can remove the image. Look at that. In this case, the result is good. So remove background, download the file. Yes, perfect. Yes, here is the file. Let's change the name. Example. We have a transparent PNG. So at this time we have to upload the image. So here with the plus button on the bottom left, upload file. I upload example and click OK. Here we have now our image. At this point we can create the prompt that we prefer. So /imagine. We can try to write the same prompt to see the differences. Look. In this case, without the seed parameter. Once the image is uploaded into the server, right-click on the picture and copy link. And now, as the first thing we have to do when we create a new prompt, we paste Ctrl+V, and we paste the link address of the image here. And then I copy and paste with a space. It's important that you leave a blank space between the image link and the new prompt. Okay, I paste the same prompt, and let's see the results. In this case, the result should be more accurate than before in most of the case. This is not a science, so every time is a different solution. But I tried this method a lot of time, and I can tell you that most of the time it's much better to work in this way. Most of the time I can upload different images of the same character in different poses, also to give a three-dimensionality to the face. But just here, look at that, this is exactly identical to the original. Much better. First of all, I want to do a comparison between the two different results. This is the first we get in the previous example. Let's open the new one we created. Okay, so this is the original. This was the result we get using the seed parameter. Look, it's quite similar but not identical. I can see some differences between the third and the fourth image. Also, the face is similar but not the same respect the original one. In terms also of ink drawing, Look at that. But this is the reference, and this is what we get using the transparent PNG file. Look, absolutely amazing, absolutely identical to the original. Look at that. The results are amazing. We just have only a limitation. Here you can see the dress, and this we can find here. Sometimes it can be a limitation because as you will see in the next example, also if I want to change totally the type of dress she's wearing, you will see that sometimes it's not possible, because sometimes we can find this type of details here in the dress we are going to create. Let's see what I mean. I want to specify better. We can try the prompt. A beautiful brown girl is driving a vintage car. Yes. Let's see. The link remains the same. Here is the link. We are telling to Midjourney that this is our reference image, and the face of the character must be identical to the picture we choose as a reference. Look, in fact, you will see the same identical character in a different location with different backgrounds, but as I told you before, the only limitation we have, and later we try to resolve this problem, look at that, the face is identical. This was the original. We have 4 different, number 1 and number 2 and number 4, we have the same identical character in a totally different background. Look at that. So, but as you can see, look at that here, that is the same we see here, because we are telling to Midjourney to reproduce exactly all we see in the image. Also this. How can we resolve this problem? We can try it in 2 different ways. First of all, let's go here again. Crop image. Okay. I want to hide this part of the dress. Crop image to avoid this problem. Download. Cropped image. This is the first solution I suggest to you. Let's try directly if it's a good solution. Upload file. In this case we upload the cropped image. I don't see any sort of dress, okay? I only see the neck, the chin, but I don't see any type of dress here. Yes, okay. Click OK. Perfect. Now we can write the same prompt, but the only thing that has changed is the link to the picture. Right click with the mouse, copy link. Inside the prompt, the first thing we have to paste is the link to the image, and then we can copy exactly the same prompt. A space between the link and the beginning of the prompt. Yes, a beautiful brown girl is driving a vintage car character by Sal Buscema, aspect ratio 4:5. The only thing has changed is the cropped reference image. Let's see if we can change the type of dress. I can specify also a different type of dress to see if differences are visible. This is important. I want to keep only the face identical to my reference image, but I want to change everything else. The dresses, the background, the object inside the frame, everything. And we will try to specify a different type of dress to understand. Look at that. Except in picture number 2, she's identical. Here I can see just a little difference in terms of dress here, but I want to see if I, for example, write a leather jacket or military jacket. Let's try what happens. Yeah, the link remains the same. A beautiful brown girl is driving a vintage car, wearing a red leather jacket is driving a vintage car. No, let's try 16 by 9. Let's see. We have fixed our problem with the face. As you see, you can use your character we created in totally different backgrounds, moods, type of story. Look at that. Or maybe it was better to choose the 4x5 format to see a different. But let's see. I see perfectly the red jacket. So we have fixed the problem in this way. Look at that. Yes, amazing. The girl is the same. We have created a beautiful brown girl. Amazing. Look at that. I can see the leather jacket. Yes. Great. Remember, if you want to see more details inside the frame, we can also upload the first image and then we can run the zoom out function. And let's see the results. Now we will create another character and we will do the same thing, just to show you better how it's easy to create a character and maintain the same facial features in all the illustration you create. Look at that. Wow, really interesting. Look, we created a beautiful leather jacket. Or look at that also, this is so cool. This is like a shirt. She's identical. She is literally identical to the original one. That was this. Amazing. Much better than this. But the most important thing is that you can try. You can try if you want to use the seed parameter or if you want to upload a PNG file and then get exactly the same character, identical on each different image you create. And this is fantastic because now you can do everything you want. The second solution I was telling about is instead uploading a transparent PNG with some part of the dress. If you want, as we did, we can crop the image, or maybe you can select only the face, but in this case you lose all the hairs. So you have to evaluate if it's better to upload only the face so you can create everything you want. It's much better to, as we did, crop the image, because in this case Midjourney follows the reference image you uploaded. So in this case you can see this and you can see also this. And also this is always present here. Or in this case, if you decide to crop the image like we did, you can change, look, the dress you prefer without following the original part of the dress that was visible in the file uploaded. At this point we can start again and we can create a new character. So a man with blonde hairs, a 20 years old man with blonde hairs. Let's try to do something different. This is another example, so I want to change the the illustrator. So let's try again. Mark Bagley by 4x5. Okay, old man with blonde hair. Okay, in the first prompt I need only the face, so I don't need to add details, location, background, or any other thing. I need only the face because I want to study the face of my character in the first prompt, because I'm creating a new character now. So the only thing I need to see is the face. Yes, perfect. Let's see our character. I love also the style. Wow, amazing. Look at that. Wow. We can choose the second one, yes. It's perfectly visible, yes. I like the result, yes. So I upscale the second image. even if we see a red jacket and a gray shirt. So later we will cut everything because I want to change completely all the dresses also. Yes, okay. I click on the image, open in browser, save image on the desktop. Here is the boy. This is the original boy. In this case, we have to do two things. The first thing is to crop the image, and then we can remove the background. If you prefer to work on Photoshop, you can do on Photoshop. If you prefer to work quickly, we can work as we did before. Let's go here again. First of all, I crop image, this, because I want to remove, I don't want to see. Okay, I think this small part will be not a problem. Let's hope. Crop image. Download cropped image. I can crop it because now we have to remove the background. So let's go again here. Remove background, select image, crop it, open, and immediately we can see the cropped image. Look, it's not perfect, but for our purposes is good. Professionally, I work on Photoshop, so I can decide and I can erase all these parts that are not good for the selection. But in this case, we don't be afraid about this. Remove background and download the file. And background. Remove it. Yes, okay. So I have my 3 images. This was the original. This is the cropped version, and this is the cropped and background removed version. Okay, now we can upload our image here. Upload file. Cropped and background removed PNG. I click OK, and now the image is on the server. Perfect. Yes, now we can create our prompt. Imagine prompt. I can click the right and copy link, or most of the time I can drag and drop the picture here into the prompt. It's the same thing. One space, and then I can try to create my prompt. Here's old warrior is fighting. Let's try this. Character by Mark Bagley. (16 by 9). Yes, let's see what happens. I'm so curious to see. In this way the outfit will not be a problem, because we have removed all. I see only the neck, so I didn't specify the type of the frame and many other things, but we can see later. But look at the reality, and look, the subject, it's absolutely identical. Yes, it's more dramatic, the scene, the expression, but we can decide the facial expression later. But look, the boy is the same. The facial emotion is dramatic because I wrote a warrior is fighting, but I can change the prompt. Also, man looks like a superhero. Four by 5. Let's see. I have changed completely the mood of the prompt, so I want to see the differences between these first images and the other we are going to see. And then I can specify also the facial expression. I can decide the boy if he's smiling, he's crying, he's... Look at that. Yes, it's perfectly identical. And this is fantastic. In this way we can create as many characters we want. Look at that. Let's open here for a comparison with, look at that. This was the original and this is the other. It's the same in 4 different poses. Look. I can upload more than an image. For example, if I want to have a boy from this side and a boy from the opposite side, to be more specific with expression, so Midjourney can do a better work also. But in this case, for me, it's good. Here we have 4 different types of outfits. This was identical to the original before we cropped the image, but in this case, no. So it's interesting because we can fix the problems of the outfits cropping the image. I can decide to dress the boy in a different way. Let's try, for example. Extreme long shot of a 20 years old man wearing a psychedelic jumpsuit standing on a rooftop. Yes, extreme long shot. Let's see if in this way we can see a different composition of the frame, because I don't want to see a portrait. The frame is different. Remember, we can always zoom out if we want to see more details in our composition. But look, yes, we have changed completely the outfit of the boy. This is what I was looking for. Yes, boom, perfect. We created a total different outfit. So it just, I see some little differences here. I don't know why. I want to try to run the prompt again. I want to erase extreme, dreamy, facial impression. Okay, let's see. Look, the reference image remains the same. Look at that. We have our boy here. This was the original. And so on, we can continue changing is a superhero. Let's see. And then we can try to change the dress using a military uniform. For example, just to see that we can create completely different outfits. Let's see, yes, okay. This is our boy. Wearing a military uniform. Let's try long shot of. Let's see. This can be our last example of this technique that is really interesting and that you can use for creating your own characters and maintain the same facial features in all the picture you are creating. Look at that. We have the same boy but with a totally new outfit. Look at that. Amazing. Look. Just the last example, just to see you that we can edit the expressions. Nothing. Yes, because I want to show you that we can choose the expression of the character. So we can decide literally everything we want. I'm here not for talking about perspective and many other things of the frame. Now I'm focused only on the face and on the expressions. Look at that, the face. Just to show you all the things you can do for creating your characters. Look at that. Now we have the boy laughing. Yes, something changes because of the laughing in this example, but this is an extreme example. In the next chapter I will show you how we can work with the facial expressions. I want to show you a list of facial expressions that we can use for creating our characters that I'm sure that it will help you when you want to create emotions for your characters, and then we are going to see in the next lesson. So take a break, take a coffee, and let's start with the new chapter.